There's a lesson for us here today as they institute, think about what the Passover is. It's a mandatory annual celebration. Mandatory annual celebration. Sustainable rhythms are a powerful key to obedience in your life. The things that you do in your life with the most regularity are those things that are almost always unconscious habits, routines in your day. Hopefully, nobody is thinking before bed each night, am I going to brush my teeth tonight? Am I going to put on deodorant today? Now, it's possible to live like that. You can live like that. It's a free country for now. You can. There's no universal rule that you must put on deodorant and brush your teeth daily, but 99% of us don't live with this as a 50-50 decision that we make every single day. It's a routine. We just do it because we've pre-decided that it's important to our lives. I'm currently in a struggle right now that I want to tell you about. Every day I wake up and every night before bed I think, am I going to exercise tomorrow? All right? That's not a good mindset, right? Because I debate myself every night as to whether I want to wake up the next day and hop on the treadmill that we own. We own a treadmill. And once you're doing that, you're fighting yourself. People who actually exercise, I know people who actually exercise. I was one many years ago. People who actually exercise don't think like that. They just wake up and they do it. It's part of their day. It's their routine. This is how people, who tithe or give to the church financially, think about their worship to the Lord in this way. People who regularly tithe don't get every paycheck and look at it and think, am I going to give to the Lord this week, this month? We don't think like that because God already called us to do it. There's no debate necessary about whether it's right or wrong. Yes, with a cheerful heart. Yes, as an act of worship to the Lord. But Passover was a mandatory scheduled act, and that didn't take the heart away from it. Some of the most successful people in this church, I know you, as it pertains to Bible reading and prayer, think of their spiritual disciplines like this. It's not a debate every morning whether you're going to read your Bible and pray. It's just part of the day. I know that makes some people uncomfortable because we want this spontaneous love moment that's freely offered to the Lord, but I don't stare at my mirror with my yellow teeth falling out and say, no, I want to brush my teeth. That's not what happens. I'm not going to get into the rhythm of this thing unless my heart is right. No, we don't do that with brushing our teeth. And we don't need to do that with the spiritual disciplines either. Just start doing what you know to be right and trust that your desires will catch up to what you know is right to do. God didn't tell the people to keep the Passover if they felt like it. He said every year on the 14th day of the month of Nisan, you do this. And he didn't say do it however you want. He said you roast a lamb with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. And there was a very specific menu. Look, this is very practical wisdom. I know we buckle at practical wisdom sometimes. But if you really want to live a life of obedience to the Lord, stop debating on whether you're going to. Just do it. Build some sustainable rhythms in your life, some routines that will feed your heart and soul if you keep them. There's a reason why Sunday comes around every week, and it's the Lord's Day to gather with God's people in worship. That's called a routine. Forsake not the assembling of yourselves, as is the habit of some. Just do it, man. That's what the verse is basically saying. Just show up. Stop thinking about it and put it into a rhythm. They kept the Passover when they got into the land because the intent was to do it every year.